স্যার এবারে এখানে এটা কেটে লার্জ স্ক্রিনে চলে আসতে পারি না এটাই থাকবে? ঠিক আছে, থ্যাংক ইউ স্যার। So now I'm audible and visible to you, both audible and visible. Okay. Now children, we were discussing about the features of a democratic state, and I have talked to you about Mexico and China. Yes or no? Yes, ma'am, it is okay. My voice is hazy. What is this word? Ma'am, your sound is not okay. Is it okay now? I cannot have everything is clear. It's showing clear here. Yes, good afternoon, everybody. So I have discussed about Mexico. Why in Mexico you have elections, but even then, Mexico does not represent a true democracy. Why? Because I have told you that the PRI or the the PRI or the Institutional Revolutionary Party does not allow any other party or any other opposition party to win the election. The same thing is in China also. The same thing happens in China. You know, China is known as a country with single party dictatorship. Single party dictatorship. Why, you know? The Chinese Communist Party is very strong there. The Chinese Communist Party is very strong there, and whenever elections takes place, here also elections takes place after every 6 years. You know, the Chinese Communist Party, that is the CCP, the full form of this one, CCP, it does not allow any other party which has a different ideology to contest elections. Ideology means believing in a set of principles. The Chinese Communist Party does not allow any other party following a different ideology to contest elections. It allows only those parties. There are 8 parties. There are 8 parties which contest the election, and all these parties, you know, they are followers of communism. Only the name is different. Only these 8 parties, those who follow communism, is allowed to contest elections. If, for example, party number 4 wins, so indirectly what is winning? It is the win of the communism. Clear? There also you will find that the press, the mass media, it is all controlled by the government. People have no liberty. And if you don't ask me, that means the people of the world know that the Chinese Communist Party does this, then why people are not? I am muted. I cannot help if I am muted. The one who has muted me, please. So in China, what did I tell you? In China you will find the system of single party dictatorship. Why? Because in China only the Chinese Communist Party, that is, there you will find the dictatorship of the Chinese Communist Party. And this Chinese Communist Party is so strong that it does not allow any other party following a different ideology. Ideology means a set of principles. As Chinese Communist Party, so it believes in the ideology of communism. It allows only those parties to contest elections, those who follow communism. And in China there are 8 parties, those who follow communism, and they are the ones, those who are allowed to contest elections. So if any party wins, indirectly it is the win of the Communist Party. So if this is the scenario, can you regard it to be a complete democracy? No, it can never be a democracy. Here you have the dictatorship of a single party. Again, another country you see, Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe is a country which has become republic just recently in the independent in the year 1994. Here also the name of the party is ZANU PF. This party is the leading party there, and this party, you know, it has, and the president, the name of the president is Robert Mugabe. Robert Mugabe. Same situation in Zimbabwe also. This party is very strong. Here also the government which is formed by Robert Mugabe, it is very strong. This party, you know, it has amended the constitution. Amended means it has changed the constitution just to increase the powers of the president. Here also people have no freedom of speech, freedom of expression. Here also people do not have. So this is also an example of a country where elections do take place, but you cannot call it to be a complete democracy. Then again you take the example of Pakistan. Although in Pakistan you have elections, but Pakistan is actually was under military dictatorship. The military of Pakistan is very strong. The military of Pakistan is also another example of a country where you have elections. What is going on, my God? No, it is okay. Okay. Even Pakistan is an example of a military dictatorship. Here elections do take place. Elections do take place, but it is not a free and fair elections. As I've told you that one of the criteria of a democratic state is that there must be regular, free and fair elections. So Pakistan, the main power is in the hands of the military dictator. I think you have heard the name of Pervez Musharraf. Pervez Musharraf is actually a military dictator. Pervez Musharraf is actually a military dictator. Clear? So here I have given you examples of how many countries? Mexico. I have given you an example of China. I have given you an example of Zimbabwe and another example of Pakistan, where you know elections do take place. Elections do take place, but unfortunately they cannot be regarded as a democratic state. Why? Because for becoming a democratic state, this election must be free and fair. People must be free to choose the party or the candidate of his or her own choice. People must be free to choose the party or the candidate of his or her choice. But in these countries, China, Pakistan, Zimbabwe, Mexico, here the people are not. Now, unfortunately, how can I repeat once again? It was not my fault, dear. So, I'm trying to cover it up. See, in China, what did I tell you? What dictatorship exists there? Dictatorship of one single party dictatorship. Single party dictatorship means the Chinese Communist Party is very strong there. The Chinese Communist Party, it believes in their ideology of communism. And this Chinese Communist Party does not allow any other party to contest elections, to stand in elections. Any other party following a different ideology is not allowed to contest the elections. Only those party who follow communism are allowed to contest elections, which means that if in China there are 8 parties and all these 8 parties they follow communism. So what happens if any among the 8 party, whichever party wins, it is indirectly a win of the ideology of communism. Same again in Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe has become an independent country just recently in the early 1990s, that is 1994. There also the ZANU PF, it is the party which is very strong there. And here also this party has, the government has been formed by this ZANU PF, clear? And this party who has formed the government, that is ZANU PF, it has amended the constitution several times to increase the power of the president there. There also you find that the ZANU PF and the people there, you know, they have no freedom. They have no independence. They have no freedom of speech, expression, and everything is under the control of the government. No opposition is allowed there. And same is in Pakistan. In Pakistan, it is the military dictatorship which is very important, very powerful. If you go through the history of Pakistan, you will see that alternatively there have been the rule of military dictators, then again elected heads, then again military dictator and elected heads. As for example, at present you are having Imran Khan as the elected Prime Minister of Pakistan. But just before Imran Khan, the power was in the hands of another military dictator, that is Pervez Musharraf. So in Pakistan, the dictator is very powerful. The military is very, very powerful. So we see that these are some of the examples of countries where, you know, elections do take place, but, you know, the countries are not completely democratic in nature. You know, now we will discuss about some of the advantages which we have of a democratic state. As I have told you before, no state can be as better, as wonderful than a democratic state. Now, first of all, you see, a democratic state is the best state because it is always accountable to the people. The first point, why a democratic state is the best state, it is that the government is every time accountable to the people. Accountable to the people means whatever it does, it is answerable to the people. Whatever policies are taken up by the government, whatever activities are undertaken by the government is always answerable to the people. Clear? Now here, the government is, you know, all the decisions in a democracy, all the decisions, before taking any decision, the people are consulted. Before taking any decision, the government taking before any decision, you know, they take the decisions of the people. People's decision, people are consulted before taking any policy decision. You know, third one, you know, in this form of government, you know, there is, people are given certain rights and liberties, which is the best part of a democracy. People are given certain rights and liberties, certain rights and freedoms are given to the people of the country. Then, in a democracy, another very important point is that in a democracy, you know, you can have an opposition party. Opposition means the party which is strong, which is the second largest party of the country. And it is very important that you must have an opposition. Why? Because it is this opposition party which keeps the winning party, the party which has formed the government, under controls. And in a democracy, you know, people's position, it is enhanced. Why, can you tell me? The position enjoyed by the people is far better than any other forms of government in a democracy. Can you tell me? Why? Because it is, the people know, the self-esteem, what you call it, the self-esteem of the people is enhanced. Why? Because the people know
that it is we who are going to form the government of the country. So as the government is formed by the government of people of the country, the self-esteem of the people is enhanced. The people are aware that if we don't vote, then what will happen? Yes, we know that it is we the people in a democracy, we know that if we don't give votes, the government will not be formed. So these are some of the advantages or arguments in support of a democracy. Next day, I will just discuss what are the disadvantages of a democracy, and I will complete the chapter. What did you say? Someone has written someone. Oyanangshu. What did you write, Oyanangshu? What you wanted? Oyanangshu, what you wanted? Yes, the cases of China and Mexico are quite same, where the leading party they play the dominant role. So today I am ending it up till here, and next day I will say about some of the disadvantages of a democracy, and I will complete this chapter. আমি আপলোড করার চেষ্টা করছি, তো এখানে মাই রেকর্ডিংসে এসছি আপলোড করার জন্য, সিলেক্ট ফাইলস করতে যাচ্ছিলাম। কোনটা হবে বলুন তো?
আপনি লাস্টে যেটা করেছেন সেটা হবে।
কোনটা বলুন তো? এটা
না দেখুন, এটা আপনি এটা বন্ধ করুন, করেছেন?
হ্যাঁ বন্ধ করে দিয়েছি।
রেকর্ডিংটা বন্ধ করুন।